Dan here from the Next Issue Podcast. On today's video, I'll be doing a review for the final issue of Kill Your Darlings. That is issue number 8. Let's get into the creative team before we talk more about this book. This book is written by Ethan Parker and Griffin Sheridan with art by Robert Quinn, letters and design by John J. Hill. This is from Image Comics and KLC Press. Um, if you guys have been following along on the channel, I've talked to this creative team a couple of times at the beginning before the book launch, and then once more when the second arc was starting. And I am just very excited that this is going to be finally out into the world. I read this a few days ago from shooting this review, and I'm still just thinking about the ending of the series, about everything that we were delivered on this final issue, which is giant size. So let me give you the quick synopsis here. The gruesome saga of Rose and the Girl Who Wouldn't Burn comes to a thrilling conclusion in this epic double-length finale of Kill Your Darlings. This book, just from beginning to end, it delivered on all fronts, right? It had a very interesting story. The characters in here, Rose, I really like. You could really get behind rooting for these characters. Very easy to like. Bob Quinn with the character designs, just doing some really fun stuff, doing some really creepy stuff as well. So it's really cool that an artist can bring out all those things up into one. And also that that the writers, like, they figured out how to kind of find the sweet spot between fantasy and horror and the freaky mystery, and then giving us little pieces that once you put everything back together and look back on this book, everything connects in such a really cool way. Yeah, this is just a fantastic finale for one of my favorite ongoing series. I'm gonna miss reading this book. I'm sure the collection will be out soon, according to the back of the book. So make sure, if you haven't read this, if you haven't picked up the single issues, you can do so by picking up the collection later on this year. But yeah, KLC continues to deliver. I've really enjoyed all their stories so far, so I can't wait to see what else they come out with. Whether it's this, the Schlub, or even Vanish, which was their first book. Yeah, really cool stuff coming out of KLC. I hope to see more from Ethan and Griffin, and of course Bob. Like, Bob Quinn, he just has such great flexibility and such a great range with his artwork, right? Whether it's superhero comics, whether it's horror stuff, whether it's fantasy, like, he can just really deliver. His colors are great. They really Color was such an important part of this story, that Bob doing his own colors just really added to not only the amount of effort, but the cohesiveness of everything, how it came together. So I'm only going to show a few preview pages from the front because I don't want to spoil anything. But this is just so you kind of get in the mood here a little bit, and you can kind of see what's going on. If you haven't yet read this story or started this book for any reason, this is your call to action to do so. I love it. I love the dialogue. John J. Hill delivering the letters, just everything. Like I said, everyone in this book um, just put a lot of really, really cool hard work into this. We also have, as always, in the back, a variant cover by Ryan Stegman. So I can't wait for people to pick this up. I can't wait for this book to be out in the wild. It is such a great emotional ride all the way until that last page. And just when you think that things are done, the creators give you just a little bit more. So yeah, I think this book is going to be very rereadable, just because of the way that it was presented. Like I mentioned, there's a lot of little things, little details that you can kind of go back on and check out, and then see them in a different context after finishing the book. And that's very smart, not only, like, for selling purposes of the book, because you you definitely want to sell more, but also just as far as delivering a great story to the readers. So very excited for that. If you have seen this, if you have read this book, Let me know what you thought about this down in the comments. As always, thank you for watching, everyone. Remember to share, like, subscribe, hit the bell so you know when we go live. That is most Saturdays, 10 a.m. Central Standard Time. Stay tuned. We have more comic reviews, trailer reactions, TV recaps, all that fun stuff in the channel. Thanks for watching, everyone. Bye-bye.